Welcome to day 3 of this Hunky Dory week of Webisodes. Now, I work with the guys at Hunky Dory. Do you know that that's a family-owned business? Well, I work with Adam and Dan, the two brothers, and I asked them if they would do an exclusive product for us, and that's going to be their foiling, which we love, but on paper this time.
And so what did they say?
They said yes. Yay! I love it when men tell me yes.
So that means we have 40 sheets of this beautiful foiled paper, 20 of each design. That means you get 2 of each of those designs. And it's just beautiful, and it's a paper which is exclusive.
Yes, which is really exciting, and wait till you see what the design team has done with them. Come play with us. Well, here are the 20. Now, as you said, you get 2 of each. So let's just kind of show you each one because they're all unique. This is an all over, ooh, pretty. And I love, now the Adorable Scoreable is wonderful, but I'm a paper addict.
Right.
So I really appreciate having them in the paper size. And these are the A4 size. So it's 8 1/4 by 11 3/4.
And it's, I'm going to add that it's nice, what's nice about the papers is that you can fold them and do things that you can't normally do with cardstock. Just a little bit more versatility.
Now, some of them have the foiling on the edges.
Some of them are silver foil, some of them are gold.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't noticed that.
Right.
And we do have a couple of fairies, so that's going to be fun to see what's done with them.
And remember, you get 2 of each of these sheets that you're seeing right now.
Right. Just beautiful. Oh, the roses.
I love that.
Very
that
pretty.
Lace foil at the bottom.
The silver.
And that's striking.
Gold. Yes. And then again, an all over. And it's fun to pair these, which our designers will show you. And here is a cream, but look at that beautiful gold. So
it's just beautiful.
Very
it's
useful.
Decadent down at the bottom. This is, I'm going to show you my favorite, which is right on the top. This beautiful green leaf and that gold green leaf, or gold leaf on the edges. That's just beautiful. Here's another really striking contrast. So you can do some great matting, or you can do feminine, you can do masculine with some of these.
Which is really nice with this set. It really is an all-purpose. It comes from 4 collections that Hunky Dory did that are not available here, so it's extra special.
Great. This one has some printing down on the bottom, and the matching image is in gold on the other end. I think that's kind of a unique look. You can also use like one piece for an overall card, or you can cut it into pieces, into strips. You can combine them and use more than one on a project. That's a great overall foiling. This is another one of my favorites. It's got these great scrolls, and there's just one silver fine detailing there.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. All different colors. There's pastels, but there's also those real dark, striking colors that you saw. So lots of images to work with. And what did we do with them?
And what did we do? Well, we're going to start with this, and just really shows it off so beautifully. And like you said, you can take one piece and you can cut it into pieces. And this one is using a design tool, right?
Right. This is the design toolkit number 6. So right here on the front, one of those templates was placed right on the front of the card, and the whole front of the card was cut, so you've got that edge there.
Right. In fact, also this piece was part of the design tool too.
The label from the inside.
So that's number 6, and then on the inside, just that strip, and then this is left blank, so you can write your own message. And this is using that very first sheet that we showed you, an all-over pattern. And even doing this, you're going to have more than half of it left.
Right, but I mean, you could even do this. Look at that. Then you can maybe even get 4 cards out of there.
There you go.
That.
Right.
Depends on how you use it.
So let's maximize that, right?
Love the petaloo flowers with that too. They make a nice little accent.
Pretty. Now, scrapbookers, we have for you, and look at what has been done with this sheet.
Just one sheet.
Right. Now, these are almost 12 inches, not quite, but you can fudge it by putting it, making a mat around it.
Right. So you've got just that little on the edge. So that border was cut from the top, and the other border was cut and placed on the bottom. And then just a little bit of it was used to mat one of the photos here. And so,
okay.
so it was just really used to maximize effect.
And then also, you see this little lacy scallop? That was also cut off, so to create that border.
Right, so it's just part of the border that was left on there so that you've got that scallop edge. It looks like lace right there on
So
the
you
paper.
can think of one of these sheets for a scrapbook page and do something like this, and you've got your matting right in the middle, and just add a couple pieces of cardstock, and you are good to go.
Easy peasy. And you have 40 sheets in this kit, so.
And this is another using the petaloo flowers. How beautiful that is.
Just a little bit of jewel dazzles there, so that's really nice.
Now, we talked about the, you're going to pull that one over there? Okay. We talked about there are two sheets that have the little fairies, and here is how that can be transformed into a card.
So isn't that great?
Isn't she striking?
Yes, the background has got part of that paper here, but then the fairy portion was saved, cut out separately, and foam taped on top of there to make this beautiful focal.
Right, and this is adding a little bit of the silver linen holographic paper.
So you've got that in the background there. Just there's a little strip here with some border dazzles on it. I love the pearls accenting around the blossom part.
It is sweet, isn't it? Now, we've added some of the dazzles, as you can see, and on the inside, just a simple little thinking of you with another piece of the paper. So you do have this, and let me just show you the size of this. And I hope scrapbookers, you're taking a look at this, because wouldn't that be just lovely on a scrapbook page? So what a sweetie. And you've got two different fairies, so you can do that with two different ones. Okay.
So next.
Now, this is using the center step
The center step die cut cards. Those are our new cards that they come out. I'm going to show. I'm going to go like this. So this is just one piece of cardstock that's been cut, and they come folded just like this. And they also come with these great paper patterns so that you don't have to measure to figure out how big the papers are to go on there. You just cut the pattern pieces.
And what I think is brilliant is the way the hunky-dory paper was used. So this straight edge right here became the bottom right there.
Right.
And as you said, there are patterns in the die-cut book.
Right. And this was,
die-cut cards.
Die-cut cards. So I think that the pattern was used right in this area so that some of the little extra flowers were left around the edges, and those extra flowers were cut out and placed on the inside of the card. Right,
and the rest of the paper comes from up here, that upper area.
So you've got that.
But let's look at the side. Go ahead and close the card. And this side, all of this foiling was perfectly used right here. And all you need is just a little bit.
Just a little strip. And the paper patterns that come with the die-cut cards show you just how to cut that.
And then these are dazzles that were added. But
they were chalked in, just placed on a piece of cardstock and chalked in. But just beautiful. And then that's really simple. You don't even have to add that extra border. It's already on the paper for you.
Right. So, and again, you get two of these sheets. So that's another thing that you can do. Now, let's bring in, let's see, go ahead and if you will pull that over. We have this, and this is the oval swing. This again is the die cut. You're just going to be seeing them because we just find them so useful.
They are. It's so easy to make a beautiful focal really quickly.
And this comes from this sheet. This card comes from this sheet, and this has the silver foiling.
Right.
And the roses growing along the bottom, and you can see exactly how that was done.
Right. I love that they just sort of continue across. There's also a strip right in the center of hammered silver specialty paper, but they just kind of keep moving.
And look at that. That's only using about half of the paper. So you've got more left, and that hammered silver is this paper. So we'll bundle all those together for you.
And there's some stamping, some embossing that was done on that center piece, which is also a pattern with the die cut cards, the large oval, and then there's a small oval on the front.
And you can, so that's been lifted up a little. Some dazzles are added because that's what we do. And we're moving on. A look at this stunning card.
That is just striking. So what a different look. We've been looking at a lot of pastels, and then you have this card that is just so dark and vibrant. And
this is using this paper.
There's the piece, but you don't what you maybe can't see unless I turn it sideways is that some of these pieces were cut out of the paper on different parts of the paper, and they were lifted up on foam tape, but that's not all.
And these were added. These are the stitched medallion dazzles. Now, these are on clear material, and you've got the gold foiling.
Right.
So that's what was just, no stitching was done.
Right. So this piece that you're looking at here, that's one of those medallion dazzles that was placed on the blue paper with these little florals here.
This blue paper with all the foiling.
Right. So that was, and then it was cut out. So basically it was backed with that paper.
Right.
And because it's a clear dazzle, you can see right through to the paper.
And those corners that you see on the card also come from the same dazzle set. So you only need that one.
Right.
And
so this is great. So that's combining two of the papers, but there's another one of the papers, and it's right here.
There is.
This part was matted on that.
Right.
It's the ivory floral paper, but it's got this big wide border, and that was used, just a part of it, to back this label here. It's just a beautiful look.
And then that's the love stamp that was used there, and it was...
And that's with the gold embossing powder.
Right.
There, and it just...
But open that up, because that's dramatic.
Bam.
Very fun. So as you
a little
wiggle
bit more,
that,
a larger piece of that paper used. The dazzles are backed again and foam taped on there, and more of the corner dazzles. It's just beautiful.
it really is very stunning, and a little bit more stamping has
I
been
love the
done
little
on it.
heart dazzles too, just the little pearl heart dazzles.
But what I love is you see this, and it's dark on the front. You've got the touches of the light blue, but then when you open it, it's just, wow, very fun. Gold all over the place. So we started out with one sheet, and now we've migrated to 3 sheets. So, you can do that. Now we have one more project, and this is just very beautiful. This is a 6x6 album.
Right, it's one of the Sarah Surfaces albums.
And it has been inked black to begin with.
So that was StazOn ink that was sponged on and swiped on and put all over.
And this is what you were talking about, one of your favorite sheets, because you did this.
That's why I used it.
So you just used this area for right here.
For just this little piece on the front. Also, I used a piece from the corner up here to emboss the pocket watch.
You mean this?
Right. So I embossed that right on that pattern paper. I just love the idea of that leaf poking through.
Oh,
then I cut it out and matted it on black suede.
On black suede.
On black suede. We have that too.
That's why I have a piece of black suede over here.
I just wanted just a little bit of richness in there. So matted it on black suede, and then back here, what you were pulling in is part of the border from that dark paper was used there.
You used a little bit on the previous card, but then also here.
Right.
And then the black area
is used in the back, and then you've got the pocket watches embossed on there.
And then more of this
right here on the spine there. So that was matted and punched. And I do want to mention there are these posts that go through the album. If you look closely, they come actually in silver.
Sure.
So what I did is I undid them, and I put Versamark on them, and I embossed them. I heat embossed them, but I want to make sure that when you do that, and I put it in the gallery, but when you do it, please hold on to it with tweezers or something like that. They get really hot when you use a heat gun on them, and then you want to set them down and let them cool off, because it will stay tacky until it's cooled off.
Oh, it will. Plus, metal is such a good conduit of heat. Yes.
Right.
But that's just lovely. Now, if you're not doing an album, what a beautiful card.
Oh, sure.
Expand it, and what a gorgeous scrapbook page.
Right. Just a few of those little metal key charms there.
Let's get in close to see those, because we have carried those forever, and we get them from Stanislaus, and they're just a beautiful look. I like how you've looped them there.
Twine. I just used some of the twine. That's from the chalkboard ribbon set.
So this is the key to time? Moments in time?
Moments in time.
Beautiful. So I hope we have inspired you. These papers are just stunning, and I'm so delighted that we have them exclusively here, and there are just so many things that you can do with them.
And there's so many of them, 40 papers.
Yes.
I wanted to mention that I think these would be really neat in iris folding too. Because it's paper, you don't often get to do that with a Hunky Dory product because they're in cardstock. So
you can
use them for that.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow with day 4.
See you then.